Adonais, an elegy on the death of John Keats, by Percy Shelley. 22. He will awake no more, oh, never more. Wake thou, cried Misery, childless mother, rise out of thy sleep and slake in thy heart's core a wound more fierce than his, with tears and sighs. And all the dreams that watched Urania's eyes, and all the echoes whom their sister's song had held in holy silence, cried, Arise! Swift as a thought by the snake memory stung, from her ambrosial rest the fading splendor sprung. She rose like an autumnal night that springs out of the east and follows wild and drear the golden day, which, on eternal wings, even as a ghost abandoning a bier, had left the earth a corpse. Sorrow and fear, so struck, so roused, so rapt Urania, so saddened round her like an atmosphere of stormy mist, so swept her on her way, even to the mournful place where Adonais lay. Out of her secret paradise she sped, through camps and cities rough with stone and steel and human hearts, which to her airy tread, yielding not, wounded the invisible palms of her tender feet, where'er they fell, and barbed tongues and thoughts more sharp than they rent the soft form they never could repel, whose sacred blood, like the young tears of May, paved with eternal flowers that undeserving way. In the death chamber, for a moment Death, shamed by the presence of that living might, blushed to annihilation, and the breath revisited those lips, and life's pale light flashed through those limbs, so late her dear delight. Leave me not wild and drear and comfortless, as silent lightning leaves the starless night. Leave me not, cried Urania. Her distress roused Death. Death rose and smiled, and met her vain caress. Stay yet a while. Speak to me once again. Kiss me, so long but as a kiss may live, and in my heartless breast and burning brain, that word, that kiss, shall all thoughts else survive, with food of saddest memory kept alive. Now thou art dead, as if it were a part of thee, my Adonais. I would give all that I am to be as thou now art. But I am chained to time, and cannot thence depart. O gentle child, beautiful as thou wert, why didst thou leave the trodden paths of men too soon, and with weak hands, though mighty heart, dare the unpastured dragon in his den? Defenseless as thou wert, oh, where was then wisdom the mirrored shield, or scorn the spear? Or hadst thou waited the full cycle, when thy spirit should have filled its crescent sphere, the monsters of life's waste had fled from thee like deer. The herded wolves, bold only to pursue. The obscene ravens, clamorous o'er the dead, the vultures, to the conqueror's banner true, who feed where desolation first has fed, and whose wings rain contagion. How they fled, when, like Apollo, from his golden bow, the Pythian of the age, one arrow sped and smiled. The spoilers tempt no second blow. They fawn on the proud feet that spurn them lying low. The sun comes forth, and many reptiles spawn. He sets, and each ephemeral insect then is gathered into death without a dawn, and the immortal stars awake again. So is it in the world of living men. A godlike mind soars forth in its delight, making earth bare and veiling heaven, and when it sinks, the swarms that dimmed or shared its light leave to its kindred lamps the spirit's awful night. Thus ceased she, and the mountain shepherds came, their garlands sere, their magic mantles rent, the pilgrims of eternity, whose fame over his living head like heaven is bent. An early but enduring monument came, veiling all the lightnings of his song in sorrow. From her wilds Irene sent the sweetest lyrist of her saddest wrong, and love taught grief to fall like music from his tongue.